I know some people have been asking for a story time video, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell a life story real quick. It's story time. Everybody get your snacks and your popcorn. It's story time. Story time. Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so I was in middle school, right? I was in middle school. This was like sixth grade. No, this was seventh grade. I was in seventh grade. I'm 17 now, so senior year of high school, but I was in seventh grade, and the whole of middle school was just one giant bullying situation. It was just a mess entirely. So what happened was there was this one time because I had to start carrying mace to school and everything because it just got so bad. Got off the bus, trying almost getting jumped. It was just so bad. I had to start carrying mace and everything. But there was one time where I actually had to walk home with the police watching me. Like we had to call the cops, and they were sitting right across the street as I got off the bus and walked home because there was this. Let me start over. Let me start over. So, um, I pretty much was geeked out middle school. So I guess that's why people didn't like me because I was like trying to like be smart instead of like trying to fit in with everyone else, and that made me like the odd one out. But I was man, it was just so much going on. It's hard to remember. I pretty much somebody I had like two friends. I was very lucky. I had two friends, but like someone had let me know that somebody was planning to jump me. And so when I went to go tell the office, there's a whole situation. I had to give up my can of mace, and it was like, um, then somebody also told me that there were gonna be like 50 kids there, and I was like, okay, I need to go to the office and tell them. They took my mace, and then called the school security officer, who then had an undercover car sitting across the street watching me walk home because I got off the bus and literally the whole bus got off just to see me get beat up. So I had all these kids there just to see me get beat up, and it was like a whole ordeal. And it was like, oh my god, like I can't even describe how depressed I was at this point. But the whole situation just made me kind of not want to live anymore. Which is past. It's past. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm much better. I'm doing much better. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm doing much better. But it's just the whole situation. I was depressed and everything, and I had to deal with this. And then it was like the whole bus got off, and they were ready to jump me and everything. And just, just scumbags. Fucking, the whole bus got off to try to jump me. And I get off. I'm walking at like a steady pace. I look over. I see the blacked out cop car um, sitting in someone's driveway, and I'm like, okay, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. If something goes to hell, the cops are right there. So I was walking, and the crowd did not catch up to me. I was walking like a normal pace, too. I wasn't even walking at like a speedy pace. I was walking at a normal pace, and the crowd was way behind me. So I'm just like, I gotta keep walking. Let me just be smooth. Let me just keep walking. And they were all the way back there. They were yelling at me. They're like, get your bitch ass back here. I'm like, just keep walking. Just focus. So, this went on for like 3 minutes. Like, it felt like, honestly, it felt like the whole situation lasted at least a good 20 minutes. Because, like, it just felt like it lasted so long because it was so stress inducing. It was saddening. All these people wanted to beat me up. It was very like, I I don't really like to think about it, but I mean, it is a part of my past. And it's just like the feeling that that many people want to do harm to you and you haven't done anything but try to be nice to them and be their friend. It's kind of, for lack of a better word, suicide inducing. I mean, like, I can't really think of another way to describe it. I was not very happy at this point. You know, This has been going on, and then it went up to eight. It went up to eighth grade, and I was like, just gotta bear with it. But I finally got home, and they pulled up in the driveway, had a small conversation about it, and then went back to school next day, and it was just like, I named out a couple of key people, but I mean, they couldn't press charges. You can't press charges technically. It wasn't even battery, you know. Nobody touched me, anything. I couldn't press battery or assault charges. I couldn't press harassment charges. There's nothing I could do. They gave a couple of the students that were there like a detention, but that's not going to do anything. People don't care about detention in middle school. You got to stay after an hour. They don't care about that. It was just like, wow. Like I just wow. Like that, the whole situation ran over me, and it really affected me. It really affected me how the whole situation, when you just think about it in your mind. I know I keep saying it, how like that many people want to hurt you, but like it's seriously. That's that's very stress inducing. If I could just go back and like analyze and look at the situation, I can't really imagine how I dealt with it when I was, 13. I can't imagine. I can't even understand how I dealt with that. I didn't go outside at all at this point. Like seriously, middle school, I didn't go outside at all. I didn't do anything. There was just nothing. I was a shut in. I stayed inside all day, reading and playing video games and all this other stuff and TV. I did not go outside. I had no social life. Like, not even the internet was my social life at this point. Like, now I have kind of an internet social life, but like, I had no social life. So it was just like, I just couldn't believe it. Um, Still can't understand how I dealt with it either. It was a lot going on. Like, that was, I gotta stop repeating myself. I know it's getting tiring to hear, but man, if I could just go back and give myself a confidence boost or something, I would. I would tell myself, hey, it gets better. Because I honestly didn't think it was going to get better. I really did not want to live at that point. Like, I really didn't. You come home and first thing you do is eat, then you cry for like 5, 10 minutes. And it's just like, I don't know why I'm still doing this. It's like, I don't know what's pushing me to continue doing this, even though this keeps happening. It got better. I'm glad it did. I'm glad I'm better now. But like, just wow, that's not. It was pretty much a riot at that point. I mean, I've been through school riots, but that's another. I'll tell that story later. I'll tell that life story later. Let's focus on this. Where 50 kids got off the bus to try to jump me. That was like wow, like that's that's big. Oops, I did not mean to click that. That's big though. Like that's a pretty life-changing event. Um, Kind of speechless once I think about it. Kind of speechless. Um, what else is there to say about it? Um, I gotta stop saying Mm, dang, that's no better. That's not any better. But just that was a very serious deal for me. Like that was like a big point in my life that kind of made me question my existence entirely. It's like, why am I here if people are just gonna get mad at me and not want me to be around and stuff? Like, what's the point in like being around people at all at that point? But it got better. It got better for sure. So I'm probably gonna edit in a couple of pink slips before this just to help lengthen it out a little bit because I know this video is not gonna be very long, but you know, just bear with me. A little bit emotional here. Well, not really emotional. You know, I'm not gonna cry over past events, especially when my current life is slightly better. But you know, that was that was something. That was definitely something. But thanks for listening to my life story. Well, everybody requested a life story anyway, and a face cam. So let me see how I can do a face cam at some point here, because I might have to take my video and then put it on my computer and then pull in a face cam because I don't really want to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little research because I don't know how to do that. I barely know how to edit. I barely know how to YouTube. So I'm learning. I'm learning. Gotta learn. Gotta learn. But thanks for watching and listening. Whatever. Learning. Me. Stuff. Life. Can't speak. I don't know. LOL.